So as I record this, it's actually not even a need for my face to be shown. It's not important. Of course, it is nighttime and I am in the bed. It's like 12:30 a.m. Sunday, the 18th of August. Just thinking. I'm not real troubled or nothing. I'm just thinking a lot going on, a lot in my head. As I listen to these 90s, as I normally do. I was supposed to be trying to download something that I can download more music so I won't be bored with the same music, because I get bored with the same thing after a while, and then it irritates me, and then I start getting depressed and stressed and stuff after listening to the same music or the same sounds or whatever. So I had to switch up or whatever. I'm not really in the bed. I'm just like laying in the bed, but I'm just thinking about a lot. I don't really have a lot to do. Let's say today I was really I'm sorry, my music will go from 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, 06, 07, somewhere in there. Just talking about the music, but that's not important to the video. Earlier today, I was really encouraged. I felt really encouraged to go ahead and get on my just to be loaded to YouTube, and then I'll try to load it to Facebook or just leave it on YouTube. I might just leave it on YouTube. I was really feeling like I needed to write something, you know. I was really feeling, I'm sorry, I'm not actually sleepy, I'm just bored, and when I get bored I do a lot of yarning, and then I do a lot of thinking, and I just, it's funny because I'm alone, not actually lonely anymore like I used to be. I am, but not as much, and it doesn't bother me. But there are times that I want to spend my time with somebody. That's not the reason for this, if you can even call it a video. I'm not showing my face, so I know a lot of people will be like, that's not a video. Whenever it's finally discovered, which is the reason for this. I was feeling really encouraged to do something earlier, whether it be on my YouTube channel or whether it be on the podcast or online radio or whatever you want to call that. But I'm so disencouraged because there's nobody subscribing, there's nobody checking it out, there's nothing. YouTube, there's no subscribers. I mean, I've went through so much, you know. I've went through the stars, planets, believe in God or disbelieve in God, or the government. I mean, it's so much talk on there, so much I would like feedback from or about or whatever. When it came to the podcast, online radio, whatever you want to call that there, I really didn't cover a lot. I just did like 3 or 4 shows, and that was the pilot shows, starters. I actually need somebody to talk back to me, and somebody to talk with me, co-host, whatever, as well as somebody, an audience or whatever. I even got some of my some of my videos on YouTube are paid, but so many viewers gotta view it before it gets its pay. Um, it's only a few of them. I've done so much talk about Black empowerment also. I mean, I had to catch on, and my poems, I regret that those are not, all of them are just lost, basically. Journals lost. I regret that. Now, my journals have been put on YouTube for the most part, but all those poems I wrote, whether it was in the form of rap and rhyme or whether it was just a poem, I regret that the majority of them has been lost, from Louisiana on down to here, Texas. Those could all, everything could be put in the form of a book. It would probably make 2 books, but I doubt anything else other than 2 books, because I mean it would be a book of poems and a book of life or whatever. The 3 journals put together. Autobiography, whatever. So although I regret those not being put to good use, my YouTube channel can't be nothing done with it except for passing on the videos, the ones that are deemed worthy of being passed on or really can be decoded and not misunderstood and not wondering what the hell I'm talking about. I've had a good run here. I've had a great run here. Been 3 years. There was a lot that I needed to do. Just want to make sure my voice is overriding the music. 3 years I've accomplished so much, but yet so little of it. I've enjoyed so much, but didn't enjoy the most part of what I wanted to enjoy. But the 3 years is what I needed. And although there was a lot of trouble that I had gotten myself into in the 3 years, whether it's personal life or through the job, I can say I most certainly have enjoyed the last 3 years. Because I mean, I've had about 9 or 10, and I was just surviving, and I was just, I mean, when I even in and out my jobs, I might have enjoyed the jobs. There was things that was really troubling me, It wasn't about the job. Situations I was in. It's so crazy. Like, I went from within these 3 years, I'm in a motel room enjoying myself more than I had when I was, not in a motel room. Only being holding my own place for about 6. I can't count. 6 to 8 months, something like that. I've been enjoying my own apartment for the first time in like over 9 or 10 years. Now, yeah, I had an apartment down here in Texas with somebody, so I've enjoyed peace of mind. Not always arguments going and noise and chaos. That's why I said that this has been the best 3 years. Chaos. You're always having to walk away from the house, get away from the house. Can't seem to get stuff right. Trying to get stuff settled. Like, it should not be chaotic all the time and noise all the time and arguments all the time. No, man, we don't need that. That's what it was, though. And I'm a person of peace. Everybody who knows me know that. I believe in fighting, but only when necessary. And if my life counts on it, depends on it, or whatever. Or for somebody else's sake, somebody else's life, or whatever. It don't have to be a physical fight all the time. It's verbal. My 3 poems that did stay, and they're on Facebook. Back in Time. Who Am I? Something else. But anything I wrote from the 90s is gone. Anything I wrote, most of the stuff I wrote in early 2000s. Yes. 05, 06, 07, 8, 9. And 04, I think all of that's gone. I really don't even have I list in one of these Who Am I poems that I wrote recently, not very recently, but 2011. It lists a couple of them. When you see when you see that phrase, who I told you, I asked who am I. I've said who is Abishai. I've said those are me listing the poems that I've written. When I start asking or saying what I've told you already, what I've given you, those are the poems that I've written. If I say I've given you the Mortal Cat, told you I was 19. Because that is a poem, 19. I don't know where it is now. But 9 is also a poem. So, I just really regret I think one of my biggest regrets, if I had to say something I regret, because people always ask you about that. What do you regret? What are you regretful in your life? What's one thing you regret in your life? I think the thing I regret the most, is that my poems never got, written down or cared for properly, all of them. It could be edited and everything else, and man, that could be turned into something, a poem book or whatever. And you could see the transformation I did from okay to good to great, Some of those I wrote was like really, really great. I mean, they're above the rest of them. Because actually what I was doing in the beginning was I was rapping, trying to rap, and rhyme. And I can't actually rap. I'm not a rapper. I'd have to be given that skill to rap. So, and that's not my skill. My skill was, like their skill, clearly, if you can hear the background. Say, na 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 na. Say, na 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 na. That was not their skill. Jagged Edge or whoever this was, their skill was singing. That's Naughty by Nature too. But leave that skill to the real rappers. Like No Limit had brought that na 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 out. But anyway, that's a whole song. I'm just saying. My skill is poetry. So poetry and deep conversation, deep thoughts. But it's one of my thoughts. I think if I had to list my most regrets, I can't listen in order, but like another one is that I feel like I didn't get to spend enough time with my kids, you know. And maybe I did. Maybe there's a certain amount of time that that I was supposed to be spending with them according to the bigger plan, the higher plan. That's hard to accept. Just like it's hard to accept that I have so much knowledge, but I can't do nothing with it. And on top of that, I don't feel at home. I feel out of place, period. I know too much and I'm not understanding the knowledge that I know. Like if I go into talking about stuff that's here that you cannot see, I don't know what to do with all of that because nobody believes in all that. Nobody understands all that. But if you talk about the Holy Spirit, then they'll believe in it. Like, oh yeah, that's here. So if the Holy Spirit is here and you can't see it, why come you don't believe that there's other spirits around you cannot see? And other, not just spirits, but other beings of existence. The human, mankind is the one race, humanity. You know, even I say that in one of my poetry things, I say we as a black race, but corrected, we all are, the race is human, mankind. We as a people, as a black people, you know. Yeah. I actually do regret not being able to make the most of what I wrote, not only what I know, but what I've written and what I've said. I would have loved to see my stuff in the book. Especially since for these 3 years I've been able to, even within being in a motel, I've been able to enjoy peace of mind, you know. Now it took me a whole year to achieve that. Co-workers had to, and that's why I had looked up to one that was still here. And I really learned, you know, she wasn't all that I thought that she was about, and she was only here for a certain purpose, you know. She wasn't actually a friend of mine, she was just friendly. And you gotta learn to distinguish that between your friends. Some are just being friendly, and then they're meant to serve a purpose. Well, her purpose was not to be my friend, because she's everybody's friend, and I thought I could really, and I knew that. I found that out because I learned that she wasn't really actually listening to everything I was saying. I guess that's part of a friendship also. But you know, she, you know, couldn't be counted on, you know, a lot. When she volunteered for stuff, it was like that, you know. So I just accepted it as the fact that she was being nice and friendly. Some of it she didn't actually mean. But I didn't come here to talk about her. Point of me bringing her up was that it was a couple of them that had me to snap out of it. You know, I was depressed and stressed for a long time. What I don't have, where I'm living, all that. And every day I live not knowing whether I'm going to have a job or not. I'm good at either quitting or getting fired. I was living that way then too, and they was like, boy, settle down, go ahead and get you a game system and shut the hell up. Well, not in those words, but you know, basically that's what they told me. And I was being scary. I told them I was trying to get a game system, but I was scared that I had a game system and nowhere to play it, you know. I'm always living, I don't live for the moment. I don't do things at risk or whatever. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say that. I forgot. I don't. I've always planned stuff out, and although it don't always go as planned, and I get frustrated and irritated, I always have a backup plan. Just don't always, you know, pan out. So I wasn't gonna just go spend money on no PlayStation 3, which is exactly what I ended up doing in the long run. I wasn't just gonna spend money when I wasn't sure that I just had this job. It's just as shaky now as it was then. Only the thing is I'm not as stressed as I was then, but I am, kind of stressed behind certain things, certain decisions. Things was real tense for me because I was really trying to make the best of everything, and I was trying to be my best. It's a job above the other jobs that I've had because I've only been in fast food and food and beverage, which is basically the same thing, but I mean, it's more professionally said food and beverage whenever you're like going from casinos and stuff like that. That has nothing to do with an actual fast food restaurant. So I've enjoyed my first Christmas with a Christmas tree. This will be the second Christmas with a Christmas tree. My own. First ever Christmas tree I've ever bought. I mean, all the years that I've been working, all the time that I've been having my own place in and out or whatever. Because I actually didn't have my own place, but I did. I mean, I got my own place and I was with somebody at the time. And I never bought a tree then. Never had a chance. It was not the right setting. It's too chaotic. Too much chaos. So when I was in Fontainebleau, which changed to Fountain Lakes, or Fountain Lakes, which changed to Fontainebleau, over there in Louisiana, Bossier City, Louisiana, I can't understand why I didn't buy my own tree, but I didn't. And I was in an apartment for a long time there. Well, not for a long time. Almost as long as I've been in this one. It lasted for a long time. Almost a year. I don't know how short I was of a year, but I was short of a year. So this is a major accomplishment for me, being here since December. And here it is in August. And prior to that, though, I had been in a motel room for like 2 years. Am I saying that right? Because I think this will be my third year, and I don't think I made 3 years at Walmart yet. I don't know. I gotta check it all that. But I'm kind of ready to. Well, I am. Ain't no kind of to it. Ready to go ahead and move on. But I'm a scared. Oh my God! I'm saying it like Tommy and Rugrats. I have a fear that I'll go down, whether it's $1 down or more than $1 down, and I won't be able to do anything. And that was my whole point of this, like, I have an internet connection, so I should make the best of it with the online radio. But then, I mean, with nobody, getting into it or whatever, I mean, it's like I'm just talking. And I mean, I know I'm talking now to myself or whatever. These videos might not ever be seen or shown or whatever. And this turned out to be a 30-minute video, which don't even have my face. But it's more, I don't know, the feeling is different when you do a video for YouTube than when you're doing the actual podcast and nobody's subscribing or even listening. Now, I know nobody's listening and paying attention to the YouTube, and that's kind of depressing too. But still, it's kind of different. Kind of different form of depression. It don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. But I mean, I can't explain it. I've come a long way from my videos. Even now, I might sound kind of off, but I mean, I'm smiling. I'm wearing a smile on my face. And part of the reason because I'm thinking about what I've come through, how far I've come. almost make me want to cry, but I'm not going to. Cry in joy. Triumph. Accomplished a lot. But it's not over yet, and I feel like I have so much more to accomplish, and I feel like I don't know what to do to make that stuff happen, and that's the trouble part. The troubling part. I finally achieve peace and happiness. My kids are not always here to share that with me. I could cry and joy, but then that would turn to sorrow too. Peace and happiness. You'll have to forgive me. There are times where I get sensitive. Even though I be laughing, I just tears of joy and pain all together. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's been such a long time. I needed this, man. So long I begged for peace, looking for peace. Couldn't find it. I didn't have it. I didn't know where to go. I had to keep running in and out the house just to get a little, and then it still wasn't. The journals tell all. Yeah, I'd be more happy if I could just have a family. If I could just be loved and, honored and cherished. Just be wanted. But this is okay for now. I just wish I knew what to make of everything that I know. So one time, I didn't finish the story, but there was one time I was going crazy in that wall, and they told me, in the motel, 4 walls, and they were telling me, boy, shut up, I was like, relax, So, part of that thing was I was going hysterical, because, I was listening to the same songs. I didn't have internet. Now I got internet, and I still don't really listen to the internet. Pandora and all of that. iHeartRadio I like because they give you even the news choices. Pandora is strictly for music mostly. Well, then I started listening to Pandora and stuff, and I learned that they play the same things. You gotta really keep on editing your list or stuff, or make 2 or 3 different lists, because they play the same songs too, just like the radio did. And then I kept on hearing the same cars outside. My room was facing the highway, and it looked like the same cars came every so often, like the same pattern. I got tired of hearing that because I knew too much. It became a box, a trap, a matrix. I just knew what I was going to hear. It's a program. It's running. One Christmas in that motel and one Christmas here. So it has been 3 years, almost, because this will be the 3rd Christmas I've spent while I was on my own. It'll be the 2nd Christmas with a tree. So it almost has been 3 years, not quite. I was right, in either way I say it. I've had a journey, man, and it hasn't even ended. when I go, when I'm no longer here. I just want people to remember, even though I never became nothing, I wasn't great. Just remember the love and the joy. Remember, I hope those people who I helped to laugh, you helped me to laugh, will remember me in a good way. I got so suppressed. I do suppress feelings. I got so depressed. I mean, there's a couple of times I just wouldn't have even been here anymore. But I'm too strong for that. Let me go turn my air conditioner off because I don't run it all the time because of the fact that I do get too cold. And even though my room don't get cold, it gets appropriately cool. I don't really use the air like that. I don't believe in it. I use more heat than air. Well, this 30-minute conversation is now over. I can't even post this on Facebook now. I guess my radio station, online podcast, whatever, can actually be taken over by my kids if they want to have anything to do with that. And as far as my YouTube, I don't know what to say about it. Just videos being passed around. And from this one, since there's no picture, the audio can be extracted somehow and even thrown on the online radio. I mean, I learned how to do that, but I forgot how. I took three of my videos from oh my God, brain's going too fast here. From YouTube. I took 3 of my videos from YouTube and somehow I got the audio and put it on. Well, first of all, I put it on Spreaker. It's a Spreaker radio station, and then I threw it from Spreaker to try to make sure I get the pronunciation correct so you can understand it and not think that I'm trying to say speaker. I put it on, what am I on? You know, I don't know what the hell that's called. The one that I'm really posting videos on, shows on. Damn, I can't even tell you. The link is all in my Facebook though. And the link is on here too, on YouTube. Dang, I can't believe I can't even think of what it's called. But yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's the end of this video. Not a lot I wanted to say. I have a lot to talk about, but I just don't. Although I'm encouraged and feeling the need to record all of that, and the desire, I don't really. I just think it'll be a waste of my time, that's all. Steady recording stuff, nobody's really paying attention or listening. And by the time it will be listened to or heard or whatever, I mean, I don't know. But for those who do listen to me or have been listening to me and I just don't know, I appreciate you. But right now, as it stands, my YouTube channel has no subscribers. My online podcast has no subscribers, so, you know. Alright. That's it for me. Check out Mocha Podcast also. I was going to say somebody else who I used to support, Melissa Fritz. She got a little Blessed Soaps or whatever. I want to say check it out, but I cannot say. Some time ago, she disrespected me by blocking me, and after she cussed me out for I don't know what reason, something about me and my little kid, my ugly ass kids, I don't know. We hadn't talked in so long, I don't know what the deal was. She obviously saw a picture of my kids, and I don't know what happened. I deleted the screenshot I took, but I said I'm gonna post it and talk about it. But for some reason, I didn't really even. The peaceful part of me said, "Don't sweat it," So it's something I wanted to talk about, supporting people that don't support you, or that, she's bipolar, yeah, but still. I don't know, something just told me to leave it alone, so I didn't really touch it, although I'm very disappointed in that action. Peace of mind. All right, child, good night. I think it's about 1 o'clock now. I didn't been 40 minutes on this.